to Speaking from the Purple Couch, where we explore the depths of human experience. We share stories, issues, and situations that will ignite understanding and empowerment. Subscribe and be part of the journey. Because empowerment begins with conversation.
Hello, and let's get right into it. The ACA subsidies are on the cusp of actually expiring. So what's going on? At the end of this year, now first let me say today is Wednesday, December the 17th, which is the last month of the year. And I'm right, December 17th. But this is very important. At the end of this year, December 31st, the Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies are scheduled to expire. For millions of Americans, these subsidies are the reason health insurance is affordable. If they end, many people are expected to see significant premium increases in 2026, and some may lose coverage altogether. People have already started to see what their premiums will be, and the increase is really outrageous without the subsidies. This deadline is real, and the timing matters. Now, in the House, a notable step recently occurred. 4 Republicans joined Democrats to force the issue onto the floor using a procedural move. Now, that action doesn't extend the subsidies, but it signals bipartisan concern and creates pressure for action. Now, in the Senate, the picture is more complicated. As promised during negotiations to reopen the government, the Senate did vote on ACA subsidies in December 2025. As you recall, there were some Democrats that went ahead and joined the senators to get the government reopened. They said, okay, the senators said they will agree to bring it forward for a vote. They will, agree to address it. Okay, well, they did this month. Both Democrats and Republicans put forward proposals aimed at addressing the expiring credits. Neither proposal passed. That failure means there is currently no Senate-approved plan in place. As things stand now, premium hikes in 2026 are effectively locked in because the enhanced subsidies are scheduled to expire without replacement. Now, here's where timing becomes even more critical. Congress is about to go into recess. Next week is the Christmas holiday. Once lawmakers leave Washington, there are no floor votes, no negotiations in real time, no ability to pass legislation quickly. That pause dramatically reduces the chances of anything being finalized before the December 31st deadline. So what happens if the House moves? If the House were to pass a bill extending the ACA subsidies, yes, it would have to go back to the Senate, okay? So the Senate would then need to take up the House bill, vote on it, either pass it or amend it, okay? If amended, it would then go back to the House again. That back and forth takes time. Time Congress simply doesn't have before recess fully sets in. Now, oh, they can cancel recess, but will they? Now, this is why the Senate's fail vote matters so much. It shows that while there is agreement that the problem exists, there is still no agreement on how long to extend the subsidies, how to pay for them, or whether they should be tied to other health policy changes. Once Congress leaves for recess, the likelihood shifts toward dealing with the fallout later, possibly in early 2026, rather than preventing it now. And that delay matters tremendously. Because while lawmakers are out of session, people are making real decisions. I'm trying to hold back my emotions because this is really taxing for so many people around this holiday season where they should be trying to be joyous. This is lingering over their heads. They're making these real decisions about renewing plans, bracing for higher premiums, or deciding whether they can afford coverage at all. They're talking about go to the private markets, but do you understand that most, if not all, of the private markets, they will reject you for pre-existing conditions? That was one thing that the ACA was amenable to. It allowed people who had pre-existing conditions to get coverage. Is this bipartisan movement the beginning of a solution or a political clash that runs out the clock as Congress heads out of town? The votes have happened, the deadline is real, and the recess may decide what doesn't get done. And that hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. I don't know who else. It just, I'm really, we can always be prayerful. We have called our representatives. It's unbelievable that the majority of those who can't get it together and do what's right and extend these subsidies to bide time to get whatever whatever you want to get in place, it's going to affect so many of their constituents. Yet it appears they do not care. So I won't start bawling on this live. I'm just going to say a short prayer and I'm going to close it out. God, we ask for wisdom and urgency for those in leadership. Cover families facing uncertainty as decisions are delayed. Let compassion guide action and let provision meet the need, even in times of waiting. Amen. And I just ask that we all try to lift our vibration, and even if we go into 2026 without an extension of the subsidies, that something will be done quickly in January to jump on this and possibly reverse any hardship that will occur without these subsidies being extended, that somehow something will happen, a vote will come through, some agreement will happen in January so that they can immediately reverse any adverse action or harm that has occurred, and people can, get their insurance back, or the premiums will drop. That's just what I'm leaning towards as far as what could possibly happen that will be helpful and not harmful. So you all have a great evening. I pray you have sweet sleep. And remember to keep everyone up in prayer that is having to make decisions that could have been thwarted if we had a true, caring, and active Congress that would put the people first instead of politics. Blessings.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.